In this video, I want to tell you an advanced strategy that we use when we start scaling campaigns. So a few videos ago, we mentioned that when we start scaling campaigns, we always face increasing CPAs. And also in the beginning of this course, we talked about bid caps and cost caps, right? So you know how to use them, or you know where to find them as options, but I actually kind of told you not to use them. And that's because in the beginning, the lowest cost bidding strategy will win almost 100% of the time when you're just starting out. But and that's because of the delivery problems. Like if you select cost cap or bid cap, in the beginning, you're going to face delivery problems. But that situation actually changes over time, because when you scale your campaigns, you're not going to have delivery problems, right? You're already spending thousands of dollars. So delivery is the least of your problems. The actual problem that you're going to face is increasing CPAs, right? And so you want to keep that cost in check at some point, and that point is when you actually start scaling your campaigns and your budget kind of goes over maybe $50 or $100 a day. That's kind of the minimum side, and if you are going above 1,000, then maybe you should definitely be testing or employing this strategy that I'm going to teach you right now. So here's the general idea behind that. So first of all, you should start duplicating your successful ad sets, and then you want to put a range of bid caps to determine what's your best bid cap or cost cap, right? Bid cap refers to the bid that you're gonna be bidding at, and the cost cap refers to the cost that you're aiming at. So per conversion, of course. So in this example, I'll just take cost cap, but it works kind of the same for both. So take that with a grain of salt. Either you're estimating like your bids or your costs, it's kind of the same. Of course, there are differences explained in the previous video, but I won't waste too much time with that. So you have a successful ad set, a successful audience with successful ads. So you're not going to change anything in that successful ad set apart from the bid cap. You take that successful ad set and duplicate it, let's say 10 times. And just imagine that for this example case, your current CPA is at $12, but that's a bit too high and you want to get it lower. So what you want to do is you want to create these 10 ad sets, and one of them will be bidding at 4, the other one at 6, the other one at 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. And what this will do is it will very quickly allow you to understand at what bid level do you get the best performance, because we don't actually have complete bidding controls like we do in Google AdWords. In Facebook, what you need to do is do it this way. And so this will allow you to very quickly and efficiently figure out what is the right amount to bid to get the maximum performance out of your campaigns. This will help you combat the increasing CPAs that come from the rises in budgets. And of course, everything else that I taught you about scaling campaigns still applies, but then when you get to the optimization phase and you want to improve performance, this is something that you should definitely be trying. So once you figure out what's your best range, let's say in this case, it's the $12 cost cap bid that you are using. And then you could duplicate that one a few more times and then bid one at $11.50, one at 12, and one at $12.50 to get even more precise and narrow it down. And that's just kind of an example with small numbers, but like your bid cap could also be like $10, $20, $30, $40, right? So it could be a much wider range, or it could even be like 100, 150, 200, and you know, 160, 170, like from 100 to 200. You can have a much wider range, and in some cases you would benefit from that additional round of testing to see at what bid level you're gonna get the best results. And in this case, once you have scaled and you face rising CPAs, these strategies like a bid cap or a cost cap would almost always outperform the lowest cost strategy, because with the lowest cost strategy, it's really not intended for higher reach, right? The lowest cost strategy, what it does is you have a wide audience and they're trying to get you the best people first, and that's where the lowest cost comes from. But once you get past that point, you kind of dip down and you get an increase in CPA. But if you control that and you get the consistency across the board for that audience, you may get additional results, especially once you start scaling. And this is important to only do when scaling, because if your product is successful with the smaller audience, this might mean that it might also appeal to a wider audience, and it's already refined. Everything is working, you know, your ads are good, your website's good, you have decent conversion rates, decent CPAs, and you are already kind of successful. And then you can expand your success to other audiences. And again, you want to expand on success and not contract on failure. And that's why we start using these techniques at a later point. And some people may be very afraid about the delivery problems, but as I mentioned in the beginning, you are really not worried when you're spending like thousands of dollars per day or even per month in your Facebook ad accounts. Delivery is really one of the lowest priorities that you have. And so, of course, some of these ad sets, once you break down the range of bids, will be performing worse, and some will be performing a lot better. But you don't have to do that for a long time. Once you figure out the successful cost cap for that specific audience and audience size, you can stop the rest and kind of focus your entire budget on that. And then you can really scale that budget with the cost cap in place, because you're going to get consistent results and you're just going to spend more money to get more of these consistent results, if that all makes sense, right? So that's everything that I have for the advanced bidding strategies and the cost cap and bid cap for scaling. And I'll see you guys in the next video.